Greetings. Hey everyone, Grim Reader here on a very chilly Tuesday morning. I just put my heater on, but I'm still cold. And the daughter's here today, so hi. Just wanted to come in with a brief update before I go make something else for my breakfast. Everything is fine. I'm still doing well with Vlogmas. I've been watching the PAStory Time Vlogmases, and then I watched Bookbubbler, another Vlogmas person I'm sort of following a little bit, and she reviewed Bert's book. So that's exciting. It's kind of all coming together, and I am going to get the book of poems. I didn't watch it. I just started watching it. I do dip into the videos. I'm sure we all do that. And so that's kind of interesting. And I finished a book about Karen Armstrong's life, the writer of the God books, as I call them, History of God, Battle for God, Case for God, none of which I've read. This is the first one I read. And I really enjoyed it, and it was very sort of moving, precisely because it wasn't sort of joyous. It was kind of real, and she's had an interesting, but really a life full of, it's not sort of it hasn't been an easy life for her, and she's had a lot of success with her books and her writing, and that's kind of, I'm so glad for her that she has had that. But you know, from being a nun and being the nun stuff is just the narrative of living in the convent. I do think I might want to read her earlier one, which I think has more of the horrors of that institutionalized sort of basically violence and just misogyny and violence and just kind of this overbearing hierarchical BS. Let's face it. And not only that, the year-long misdiagnosis and belittling of her serious epilepsy, which is just, you know, horrific. And it just speaks to a lot of things about specifically British culture, I think, but not only British, Western medicine, men, women, sexist stuff. You know, she was constantly told that she was sort of acting out and being hysterical and being overly dramatic. It's like, I hate that, because as someone, I mean, I don't have epilepsy, but, and I do think she mentioned briefly at some point the fact that she's very sensitive, and so the constantly being sort of reprimanded and sort of tyrannized is just not good for the soul. And she does speak to this and how it affected her. And so yeah, and her whole life, and then continuing on to, you know, being at Oxford and the stuff that happened there, and the ending was very sort of poignant and uplifting. I mean, it does sort of seem almost simplistic how it comes back to her for, you know, compassion and kindness and being willing to be able to entertain other people's belief systems or accept them in a certain way, you know, within reason. I mean, she's obviously extremely, you know, bright. She's brilliant. And anyway, I really loved it, and I'm babbling about it here. And I will read more of her stuff. And it was actually really interesting to pick that book as to come out of the Duranda, which I had equally loved. And I do kind of see a sort of a cadre of these really smart, bright, but basically disenchanted with religion, or at least secular in a certain sense, women, you know, Eliot, Armstrong. And I actually took this test. It's the Pew religious typology, just to check. Not that I already knew. Religious typology quiz. And of course I came down, I got my result was completely secular. Oh no, I'd have to retake it again. I'm solidly secular, even though I'm very interested in religion and even spiritual stuff. And there was one question about, do I, you know, the spiritual energy in mountains, trees, and crystals. But even there, I had to say no. Even though I love the idea of it, like I'm not. So the New Agey stuff is where. I mean, I love a lot of ideas to do with religion, but then I hate all the others. And I don't believe. I am not a believer in a higher power. No, I'm not. I'm saying it right now. No offense to anyone. Of course, no offense to anyone. Everyone is allowed to believe what they want to believe within reason. The earth is not flat, etc. So yeah. Today I did have a administrative task dumped into my lap that I had kind of was in denial about, but it's not very, hopefully it won't, well, I always say it won't be onerous, and then it turns out being more work than I expect. So there is that to get done, but I'm still very, you know, kind of relaxing and in a holiday mode. I should kind of start the book that I had asked about. I asked about 3 different books, and the winner, sorry guys, I'm gonna keep it on though. The winner was, of the 3 that I asked about A Circle. A very important friend of mine did say I should be mentioned Murdoch. That was her favorite. So I had a Murdoch, The Green Knight, Circle. Sorry, my little tripod's not cooperating here. This is The Circle, my cozy read. No one, actually no, someone, my Australian person mentioned this, I think. And then the winner was Plain Song. So I'm going to get started on this, even though I've dipped into, I'm still reading Olga Tokachev's book, amazing, I'm really enjoying it. And I went back to a German novel that I'll show you that I had started, and then I put away, so I want to get back to that one. And I also picked out the V.G. Sebald. Sebald is someone I've been interested in. His wanderings around England. It's called The Rings of Saturn, I think. So I picked out that one to maybe dip into and try. And yeah, that's what's going on. I think now I'm going to stop. It's already 6 minutes. Hope everyone is doing well. And I've been opening my calendar, but there's nothing new or exciting. It's still the same kinds of candy that I'm trying to be good about eating, because I'm still kind of trying to watch my caloric intake, because it was getting out of hand a little bit. Anyway, I will stop right now. I hope everyone's doing well. I'll talk to you soon. It's Tuesday, and this will be vlog 16. Oh my gosh, we're getting to the end. Sort of. Bye. Hey everyone, just a quick wrap up of this, what's probably going to be the shortest vlog so far, Vlogmas vlog. The rest of the day was sort of uneventful, except for a power outage that made me sad for a little bit, but mainly because when the power goes out in the winter, the heat goes out, and I'm anxious about heat, as you know, you may have noticed. And yeah, I got a little bit of reading done. Did a little tiny bit of work done, had a Zoom gathering with my colleagues, but it was a fun one, and it was nice to see everyone. And yeah, I think from my feeling right now is I need to sort of go back to having a little bit more structure, and maybe going back to trying to get up a little bit earlier and get things going a little bit earlier, because I've been sleeping in for me, which means, you know, getting up after 7. Oh my gosh. But yeah, so I'm sort of thinking maybe trying to go back to having a little bit more of a routine, sort of a dedicated routine for things in terms of getting stuff done, which is hard when you're kind of on a break. But I don't know, we'll see. But so yeah, I'll have to get more footage for the next Vlogmases, and a lot of them will probably be tours of my bookshelves and chats about bookish things, and a couple of hauls probably. Well, at least one haul, probably 2 more hauls. Anyway, I'm just sort of planning things out in my head. Yeah, short vlog, and that's fine. And I hope everyone is doing well, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.